Engaging the world physically through a variety of practices is one of the most profound ways to live a deeper and richer life. Unfortunately, I find that most of our physical lives nowadays tends to be bound up in this bucket called fitness and exercise. And there's nothing wrong with that. I've spent 30 years being a fitness person as a personal trainer, consultant, coach, executive. But I do think it's restrictive because all of the different possibilities that we contain in our body in terms of challenge and emotions and joys and pleasures and explorations, I don't think should be stuck in this little category called just working out while we live the rest of our lives. So, today I want to offer three different ways of looking at your physical life in a way that breaks out of this duality of life versus fitness and opens up the possibilities to live a deeper life through the physical body. So, stick around. First goal: reframe your physical life from fitness and exercise into building your own physical culture. I did an entire video over this, which I'll link to in the description. But basically, the key idea is if you looked at your physical life the way you would look at a culture, a city, a society, an ethnic group that you admire, and you would get a sense of what it is that it would feel like to live within that culture. And then you start to look out into the world at all the different potential physical practices, everything from dance to cooking to movement to martial arts, whatever it is that spurs your interest, that gives you a sense of imagination, of projecting yourself into this world that you would love to live in. Think about that first. What is your ideal physical culture? The point is to open up your imagination, get a vision of the physical life you want to live, get notions of the unknown you want to travel into. And from there, you can start to actually design a movement and exercise protocol that suits what you really want. This is a little bit like finding the why in terms of exercise, but I want to make it bigger than that because the why tends to lead again towards, well, I want to live longer, I want to be with my kids, I want to be functional, and that's all great. But if you get really specific about the actual physical practices you want in your life, I think you'll find not only that it will spur you on, but will actually generate a lot of enthusiasm and excitement towards what's possible for you. Build your physical culture. The second way to reframe your physical life to open up for a more deep and rich living experience is to focus on how you feel, not on how you look. And by look, I mean looking physically, of course, but also how you look in pursuit of these practices that you wish to engage with. So, we talked already about defining a physical culture being moving towards these type of beautiful physical engagements that you would like to have as part of your life. Well, sometimes those can be very inspiring practices, and they have a high bar of entry. Anything from dancing the Argentine tango to practicing mixed martial arts to learning how to hold a handstand. These are difficult things, and they can sometimes take years to master. It's really easy to start immediately comparing yourself to people who have been doing that for years. And that's where you have to really be strong internally and focus on the fact that you are now moving your life in the direction that you wish to live, that you wish to engage. You're choosing practices that are going to build a beautiful physical life for yourself. And often, just the nature of physical movement and exercise, and this has been well documented, you're going to start to feel a lot better both in the moment in terms of the rush of endorphins and the extra oxygen and circulation. You're going to feel a lot better simply by getting your body moving and moving in the direction you wish to go. Will there be frustrations? Will there be challenges? Will there be obstacles to overcome? Of course. But deep down, if you're really honest with yourself, I think you'll find that you are going to be feeling better as you take these steps towards these activities that you want in your life. Don't let yourself sabotage yourself by collapsing all of this beautiful imaginative thinking into, yeah, but I still look like XYZ, or yeah, I don't look like this amazing high level performer who I'm inspired by. Actually, check in with your body. Notice if you start to feel better and use that as your lifeline to keep climbing that mountain towards the physical culture and the physical life that you want to lead. The third way of reframing our physical lives is to prioritize sustainability above all. This is really important, especially if we take into consideration that many of the physical practices that will inspire us, that we've built our physical culture around, are often lifelong pursuits. When we look at masters of any physical movement or expressive or martial art, it's taken years of their lives that they've dedicated towards that. And if that's something that you want to do, then you, by definition, need to be able to work over time. One of the biggest barriers to sustainability that I've seen in my 30 some years in the fitness industry is this chronic sense of short termism. We as a society are addicted to short term results, to the 6 week transformation or the 3 month program. But these things often create a yo yo effect in the way that in the old days there used to be yo yo diets. People get on the exercise train or the fitness train, they push really hard, maybe they get injured, or maybe they just get burnt out. Then they have to restart the process again. It stays in this grinding pattern and it never allows us to open up into this massive room that is our potential physical lives. So, by sustainability, what I mean is really go slow, start gently, do the minimal effective dosage. Act as if you'll be doing this for the rest of your life. And if you've truly picked activities that have inspired you and you're noticing that you're feeling better, then this is a gift to you. And it's the way that you begin to encourage and to grow your physical life in a way that permeates your normal day to day living activities. This can be a real game changer, but it does take a mental mindset. And you do need to go against that societal pull to hurry up and change things. But if you can do that, if you can really give yourself the time and space to begin to gently explore these physical practices that inspire you and make you feel better, I think you will have a tremendously more deep and enriching experience in the physical world. And I'd love to hear what you think about this notion of reframing your physical life and getting away from this box of fitness and exercise to open up to a much larger and more rich experience.